Hello, everybody. My name is Ed Briskatuzzi, and today we're here talking about ReZero, Starting Life in Another World, Season 2, Episode 1. God damn, man. It's like the show never stopped. Like, even though it's been, what, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, it's been 4 or 5 years, and it's like the transition, like everything still looks the same. Like, this, like, I've only watched the first nine minutes of this episode because that's how I review things, but man, it's like the quality is, like, still there. Like, the quality is the same as like the same as when the series first started. Like it's so fucking good. It looks like it really looks as good as the final episode. Like that's how good this episode is. This episode is 28 minutes long and I still haven't gotten there yet, but man, having Subaru's moments with Amelia are cringe, but at the same time like that's just how I feel in those moments. But like he's like in there in the card, he's saying like how thoughtful and how thankful he is of like everyone that helped him with him like having his like return by death ability. He was thanking the old man Wilhelm, Otto. I like it how like Otto and Subaru could have like have this like friendship uh that he has because of like return by death, and then Otto is clueless of it, but then at the same time Otto is like very thankful to Subaru like out of nowhere because of that. And we saw like Amelia there too, and then like we saw Petra having like a relationship towards Subaru, which is a really cute relationship. It's like one of those things where like someone that's younger than him, like when when they're older, has like the right of having a competition with him when she's older. And we saw like Amelia being the way that she is, and then we saw how Subaru was trying to tell Amelia that about like Rem's conversation with him and stuff like that, and saying how Rem told uh Subaru that she loved him. So then she like I like the way that he said it to Amelia. It's like he was spitting in her face, and then after he says it, he's like all like embarrassed by it, and then he looks at her and she just has this deadpan pace, and then we find out that Amelia says the word "Who is Rem?" It's like, damn, it just brings you back to last season when you had like that moment of when she got erased by the whale, and then like no one knew her, like even like Ram didn't know her, and then like no one knew her at all. And then now we're having this moment again, and then after that we had like Subaru just had his like, oh my god, something went wrong again, and we saw that cool and creepy flashback. I like how the creepy aspect is still there. We had like a flashback going back in time to showing the scene, and we have the scene with Rem and Krush like going away with all the people that got injured, going away, and then they end up meeting two archbishops to the cult, Gluttony and what was it? It was Gluttony and Greed. Just out of nowhere, like man, the voice acting for like everyone's voice acting is top notch for the first for like this first episode. That I gotta say, especially when I especially when I watch the rest of this, I really like it. I like it how one of them you can like barely see, he's just crushing them instantly, and then we see like this guy trying to have a conversation with after I don't know like if like Greed was just standing there doing nothing, like, or if it was like Gluttony with his two swords just like bashing everyone, but they crushed all the cars, basically killed all of the injured. Like literally no one's left but Krush and Rem just sitting there trying to like fight them or about to fight them, and like Krush got her arm cut off like damn just instantly. Guy was super freaking fast, and Krush even used her sword that has like the wind ability against Greed, but then Greed just went, "What the fuck are you doing?" I can't wait to see how this fight goes and see what happens next. So yeah, I'll be back in a few seconds to review the rest of this. So I'm back from watching around 9 minutes to about the 18-minute mark, and like, damn man, I can't believe that like that Gluttony's ability. I guess like because Gluttony and Greed, or I guess just Gluttony said that they are the ones that created that giant whale that they fought against, and I guess since that whale has the same ability as Gluttony, Gluttony was able to like either just eat someone's memory or eat someone's own memory, or be able to take pretty much do exactly what the whale is able to do. I can't really explain it that well. He like if he can erase people's memories of like that one person individual, like I guess like the way they explain it is the same as Crush's situation, because Crush towards the 18-minute mark is that she lost all of her memories, but I guess she still had her name even though she didn't remember her name. She's pretty much still there, but she has amnesia. But with Rem, she got taken both her name and her existence, so that now she's just, I guess people still remember Crush, but she doesn't remember herself. But then with Rem, it's like everything's gone. She's like Puck came and said that man, Man, that fight, man, Greed lied. I'm going all over the place, man. Greed lied because Greed said I don't like fighting, and then like Gluttony fight for him, and both of them were were treating Rem like a toy. Like Rem was just trying her hardest, just thinking about Subaru. She even made a speech about how much she loves Subaru. I guess maybe I know that Gluttony and Greed asked for her name. I'm wondering if maybe if she didn't say anything and just kept quiet, maybe they wouldn't have been able to like eat her or do anything against her. But then she did it, like was swinging around her chain thing and wasn't able to do anything to Gluttony, and then out of nowhere I'm assuming that Greed did that like force push and then like did something to Rem out of nowhere. He's Yeah, if you don't like fighting, you did something anyways. Freaking hypocrite right there. And then we saw how after that confrontation, the aftermath of after Subaru was figured out about who is Rem. I like how they so then they end up going back to the area where everyone was hurt, or end up going back to where Christian's like house was or something, and they're Subaru is just like frantically searching for Rem, finally finds her, and then asks the doctor if he can like help. The doctor says she's beyond comparable. So then he ends up sees a knife on the ground, and he just like takes his life. He's like, I can reset and change this. Like, I'll fight Beltigus as much as I want, and then he does it, and then he wakes up in the in the carriage with Amelia, where she said, "Who is Rem again?" They got it again. Damn it, man! He's got to do that to us. And then he ends up just being back at Roshan, just sitting staring at Rem's body. I still want to know what Ram's mindset is if they show that this episode, because they both look like twins, even if before she just didn't exist anymore and he had no body proof, I think, but now they have body proof. So if Ram sees Rem, she'll be this, it'll be almost the same situation as Crush. But but man, Crush's personality is like a total 180. Instead of being like a top dog, now it's like lower. She's acts like a maid almost, even lower than that. Just total just lighthearted person instead of hardcore a little bit like she was before. I guess introverted instead of extroverted. Saw how Puck, like I said, Puck came out of nowhere and then told Subaru all about Gluttony. I guess they didn't know about Greed because they don't know about Greed being there, but they know about Gluttony. And then she said, "I know about this ability." And at first I thought that Subaru got excited, and then Puck said that he couldn't help Rem. But at first, I thought that instead that Subaru getting excited was going to be him being like, "Oh wait, you still remember her?" I wanted Puck to say that. Like Puck said that he still remembered Rem, but I guess not. It was just a healing thing, and then he told her that I know what happened to this girl because of it's the Archbishop Greed. I mean Gluttony. And then they had a conversation about that, and then you could tell that Subaru is super pissed off. He's gonna be as pissed off as he was at Beltigus before. like like how Rem even told both of the archbishops about how Subaru is the hero. So I guess that I wonder if they're ever gonna get in contact with Subaru at some point, because that's gonna be interesting how that battle's gonna go. I wonder what type of allies he'll have to make to fight off against those two archbishops. It seems like Belticus is the lower up platform, and then he ends up leaving the room, meets with Crush. Crush can't remember everyone, can't remember anything. She has to make new memories with her amnesia, and now they're in a meeting with everyone, with Felix, the cat guy, Trap, and then with Wilhelm, the sword guy, and then Amelia is there. So I guess we'll see where this goes. I'll be back in a few seconds to review, I guess, the last bit's episode. I guess I can watch a 10 minutes of this. So yeah, I'll be back in a few seconds to review the rest of this. Oh, oh Lord, man. So fucking emotional, dude. Just watch the ending of this episode and man, we saw all of them at that meeting at the thing where we saw Crush, Felix, Wilhelm, Amelia, and Subaru all talking to each other. We saw Felix try to push the blame onto everything that's been going on Amelia, because you always need to push it on to them. Even if Crush was to take the safe pass, if the cult wins, takes over Amelia and puts some sort of evil witch into her, even I have no idea what the whole grand scheme is. What would happen if the original witch got put into Amelia's body, which I'm assuming is the end goal for them. If it ends up being evil, then wouldn't she just continue being a candidate, kill all the other candidates with her archbishops, and then rule over the kingdom as an evil dictator and just kill Christian Felix anyways? Like if that's the end goal, that's what's gonna happen. So then we saw like Subaru try to like slam down. He slammed down the gospel of the. Like Belgius's gospel and said, "Hey, you can't speak ill on Amelia like that. Like it isn't her fault." And then like Felix said, "Well, it is." And then like I like it how there was bits and pieces of Crush like sort of turning back into her old self, being more dominant and being like, "Hey, Felix, you need to apologize." And she's like, "What?" So then like Felix apologizes, and then Wilhelm also said that he also sides with Subaru and Amelia and Crush that like you shouldn't put the fault on her and that they should like Felix even suggested breaking the alliance, but then like Wilhelm said nope. So that now their alliance is still formed, and we saw Felix cry because there's still like bits and pieces, like I said, of Crush still there. Of first, like she can be dominant when she wants to, even though she has no memory. So they're pretty much going with even if she has amnesia, she can still be her old self. Like she can still have that dominating presence, but she still will be that little bit of like that cute thing that's just going on right there. And then we also saw how like they're gonna like continue the alliance. I forgot the ending bits of piece. I also remembered that like Puck had like this thing where he's like where he told Subaru to like take care of Amelia. So maybe Puck's contract with her is gonna like run out. Maybe like I'm assuming that that's going to happen. But like couldn't like that still be there? Like that like her being like him being the contract with her still, because like wouldn't he want to keep on protecting her? Like Subaru, like I said, like even if Subaru were to like Subaru can't become stronger. I'm assuming that he can't because like his like magical abilities got suggested in the first season that he doesn't have any. Like he can only do like trickery stuff. So unless he could like be up to par with those archbishops, maybe one day he'll be able to read Beltegus's gospel without turning evil. So then we had the ending of the episode with Subaru going hanging out with Rems, sleeping. It was called Sleeping Beauty, something like that's her condition right now. And then we saw him in there like just talking about him. He's going. He almost went back into his like depressed self in what was it, episode 18 last season, 16, 17, 18, where he like told Rem how useless he was and stuff like that, and how pathetic he was. Like man, that's my favorite episode where Rem like brings him back up from like his deepest like darkness and brings him back up to like face off against the whale and stuff like that. Awesome stuff. And then like seeing how Amelia comes into the room and then tells like I really like Amelia's talk with him there. How she pretty much has exactly what Ram would say in that moment, and saying like how, and then she also said like how Subaru saved her at the ending of last season. Now she wants to save Subaru for being this sad about Rem, and then we see like him like liking the conversation that they had, and then he ends up saying like Amelia, I need to cry, so I need you to turn around. So then she turns around, and I like it how like he's like saying how awesome she is, but then she says no, you're awesome. So now we have like this like three-way with like Rem, Subaru, and like Amelia. Now they all know how awesome each other are. And then we see how we also saw how Amelia could like see how she would know Rem with like her not having memories of her because she looks like Ram. So I'm still waiting for Ram's reaction. Like I know that she might not have like the memory, but like she'll have some sort of reaction like seeing like a twin of her. And we saw like like Subaru just start crying because now he because Amelia said that she would hold the like it's not good to hold the burden alone. It's good to keep it with everyone. So then like he says, so then like he ends up having this realization, instead of having his darkness face, he ends up having his more encouraged face that he has. And like and then she as he's crying, she ends up like putting her arms over him and then like comforting him, like how he did that one time where he like was building everything up like before you saved Rem, I'm pretty sure, where he was building up a whole bunch of anxiety, stuff like that last season, which is awesome stuff. Totally, this episode 28 minutes long, longer than a normal episode, and it was amazing. I really enjoyed it. The music, it was really like the show just continued, and it's still going on this amazing path, and hope that the rest of the season is going to be exactly like that. And then we saw Subaru going to go into his like I swear I'm gonna whoop those people's asses. He's going into that mode where he's like all serious. He's just gonna go into a straight line of just trying to like defeat the next archbishops. And I can't wait to see what happens in the next episodes. I can't believe that this is back, the second season. It was a long wait, and I loved the first season entirely. Like there was no moments that I hated. I loved it entirely, and I can't wait for this. This first episode was amazing. I loved it. Can't wait for next week when the next episode airs. If you enjoyed this review and my thoughts on episode 1 of season 2 of ReZero, leave a like. If you didn't enjoy this whatsoever, you can leave a dislike if you want to. And yeah, I hope you guys have a nice rest of your day, nights, or whatever. And bye. See you later.